Holocaust Remembered. What was the Holocaust? The Holocaust is the term for the murder of around 6 million Jews by the Nazi regime and their collaborators during the Second World War. We produce 5 amazing videos per week, so please click on the like button and subscribe to see future videos. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Between 1941 and 1945, the Nazis sought to eliminate the entire Jewish community of Europe. Jews were murdered by death squads called Einsatzgruppen or transported to extermination camps. 6 million of the 11 million European Jews perished. The Holocaust mainly occurred in Eastern Europe in places such as Poland and the Ukraine. Other groups were also targeted by the Nazi regime. Disabled people, Soviet prisoners of war and civilians, Polish civilians, homosexuals, socialists, communists, trade unionists, Freemasons, and Jehovah's Witnesses. The Nazis did not act alone. Countries which were occupied by the Nazis during the Second World War, such as Lithuania and the Ukraine, assisted the perpetrators. What is genocide? Genocide is defined as an act committed with intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group. The term genocide was coined in 1944 by the Polish Jewish lawyer Raphael Lemkin in his book Axis Rule in Occupied Europe. In creating the term genocide, Lemkin intended to more clearly define the crime of mass murder of groups of people and to raise awareness of it. While a majority of the killings occurred from 1941 to 1945, Jews were persecuted by the Nazi regime starting in 1933 when Adolf Hitler came to power in Germany. Jewish people were excluded from public life on September 15, 1935, when the Nuremberg Laws were issued. These laws also stripped German Jews of their citizenship and their right to marry Germans. Kristallnacht, the Night of Broken Glass, occurred on the night of November 9, 1938. Nazis pillaged, burned synagogues, broke windows of Jewish-owned businesses, and attacked Jewish people in Austria and Germany. 30,000 Jews were arrested and sent to concentration camps that night. Starting in 1939, the Nazi government ordered all Jewish people to wear a yellow Star of David on their clothing. The tactic isolated Jews from the rest of society and made it easier for them to be identified and targeted. Following Germany's invasion of Poland on September 1, 1939, Jews were forced to live in confined areas called ghettos, sometimes sealed off from the rest of the city by fences or barbed wire. There, they faced shortages of food and medicine and the constant fear of being deported to concentration camps. The Nazis constructed over 44,000 incarceration sites, which included detention centers, forced labor camps, and killing centers. They functioned independent of any judicial review, and torture, starvation, and mass murder were frequent. Approximately 6 million Jewish people died during the Holocaust, and nearly a third of them died within the span of 3 months during the killing campaign Operation Reinhard. Ultimately, two-thirds of all Jewish people living in Europe during World War II were killed by the Nazi regime. The United Nations designated January 27 as International Holocaust Remembrance Day. The date marks the liberation of the Auschwitz-Birkenau death camps in 1945. Very few Nazis and their perpetrators involved in the Holocaust were tried for war crimes against humanity in Nuremberg, Germany after the war. The rest went back to their families and re-entered society. To remember and honor the Holocaust victims and survivors, visit a Holocaust museum in your area, such as the United States Holocaust and Memorial Museum in Washington, D.C.